The mythological land of Oaken is encircled by branches of the great oak and inhabited by ghosts that listen to the oak song. The loss of this voice sets in motion a chain of events that will either heal or kill the great oak. A roguelike hero-oriented campaign with deck management, a mystical world with Celtic and tribal vibes, a randomly generated world map with numerous levels, bosses and events, unique tactical battles on a hexagonal grid, and easy-to-learn, challenging modes suitable for any player are all included in the game. Ori and the Blind Forest is a graphically gorgeous video game set in the decaying Nibel Forest during a tremendous storm that ravages the landscapes. Ori, the protagonist, sets off on a journey to preserve the fading forest and restore it to its former splendor. Moon Studios' visually appealing action platformer style immerses players in a world of hand-painted artwork and a fully orchestrated music. The definitive edition adds new material, updated gameplay mechanics, and improved visuals to make the game even more appealing. Sword of the Necromancer is an action RPG with dungeon crawler aspects. Using the Sword of the Necromancer, players must resurrect vanquished opponents and transform them into friends. Tama transports Coco's body to the Necromancer's crypt, where tales say there is a power that may resuscitate the dead. Tama enters the dungeon, ignoring the perils hiding in the shadows, in order to attain the prohibited power of necromancy. A fluid head-to-head fighting system, a generative weapon creation engine, and a journey to find the truth about Tama and Coco's background are all part of the game. Children of Morta is a roguelite game set in a faraway place that explores themes like as love, hope, desire, uncertainty, loss, and sacrifice. The plot follows a family of heroes as they struggle against the corruption that is sweeping the country. There are 7 playable characters in the game, as well as local co-op and a vast universe full of history and magic. The game has a wide range of skills, passive and active items, various dungeons, and distinct mode called Family Trials, which introduces new systems, equipment, objectives, character builds, and other features.
Keep everyone together in a time of struggle.
This corpse of corrupting poison.
Alder's Blood is a dark, stealthy, tactical game featuring turn-based gameplay that focuses on evading opponent ambushes while also setting up your own. Players must deal with a variety of enemies, including werewolves and vampires, each with their own set of attacks and talents. The game includes stealth fighting, ambush-based combat, stamina-based characters, a bleak landscape submerged in half-darkness, a vagabond's exploring system, and a distinct combination of dark Victorian fantasy and untamed West. Hunters can equip various weapons, produce new goods, and give duties to members of their camp.
Blood is the final thread that stands between balance.
Answer the question.
In a future bright cyberpunk planet, affluent residents lie behind a safe dome while others fight to exist. BROK, a private detective, lives with his late wife Sungraph, who may expose a fatal outcome tied to their existence. There is completely voice-acted narrative puzzles and several endings in the game. It is the first completely playable adventure game for blind or visually impaired players, featuring modified puzzles, tutorials, buttons for repeating voice speaking, and positional audio for fighting. There is no need for an internet connection or a special gadget to play the game.
Saved me. You're...
Xenon Valkyrie is a roguelike platformer set in the bowels of the moon, where players must stop a terrible witch's evil ambitions. The game boasts vintage visuals and high-quality chiptune music, and players may level up and unlock the Valkyrie's incredible skills. With over 100 things to uncover, several bosses and monsters to defeat, and RPG aspects, Xenon Valkyrie will keep you entertained for hours. The classic chiptune soundtrack complements the game's retro design, while the severe difficulty and permadeath feature bring an added element of thrill and intensity to the experience. Riddled Corpses EX is an 8-bit type and 16-bit type twin-stick shooter in the arcade style. Players must carefully select their characters, each with their own set of powers and special goods. The game has a fast-paced, engrossing gameplay with 60 frames per second frame rate. For added excitement, it includes a 2-player local cooperative option. With 6 characters, each with unique attributes and abilities, players may tailor their playstyle to their tastes. Players may compete on the internet leaderboard and enjoy high-quality chiptune music. Featuring the Diabolical Mind trilogy, an exciting mix of Xenon Valkyrie and Riddled Corpses EX. Explore King Dusgar's dungeons and vanquish his henchmen. Choose from 8 different heroes, each with their own set of attributes and skills, and join forces in local cooperative mode. Procedurally created dungeons and evocative chiptune music complement the twin-stick shooting action perfectly. For global accessibility, the game has been translated into 4 languages. Explore the legend of Dusgar, a once feared monarch who became an evil creature. Spirit of the North is a visually gorgeous game that immerses players in the rocky landscapes of Iceland, enabling them to interpret the reality based on their own observations. The protagonist in the game is a red fox that explores the planet and discovers secrets through the northern lights and the aftermath of a catastrophic tragedy. The game is designed to be contemplative, inviting players to consider the power of nature, the fragility of life, and the resilience of the natural world. It acts as a reminder of how important it is to preserve and safeguard it. Furwind is an action platformer that mixes traditional platform games with vibrant pixel visuals. The game follows Furwind, a young fox who must struggle against the terrible powers that are invading the woodland. Furwind, a teenage Moontail resident, is ignorant of the perilous journey that awaits him. The game features a distinct pixel visual style that allows players to explore vibrantly colored levels. Furwind must travel difficult places full with traps and dangers while utilizing his skills to heal wounds and enrage opponents. This arcade adventure whisks players away to a wonderful planet teeming with lovely characters, amusing comedy, and awe-inspiring magic. Players may engage in thrilling combat against fearsome adversaries and work together in local 2-player co-op mode. The game has 3 difficulty levels to accommodate players of various skill levels. To overcome obstacles and kill foes, players can use their unique powers, ball improvements, and spell power-ups. The game has a great repeat value, with new difficulties to find at each level. Fashion Police Squad is a retro FPS game in which players use attire-enhancing weaponry to combat fashion crime. As Sergeant D's, players must sweep the streets of socks and sandals and deal with a variety of fashion offenses such as droopy pants and neon brights. To find mysteries in Trendopolis, they must utilize specialized weaponry like weaponized sock gnomes. The game also includes a comeback of fashion crime and top-tier antagonists. Players must select the appropriate weaponry for each fashion crime since each attacker requires a different answer. Aragami is a stealth game in which players control and manipulate shadows in order to penetrate opposing ranks. The game is included in the Shadow Edition, which also contains Aragami Nightfall, a narrative campaign that takes place before the events of Aragami. Yamiko, a girl imprisoned in Kiryu's city castle, summons Aragami, a furious spirit. The game puts players on a dark adventure filled with magical abilities, light-shattered combat, and a tale about twin souls that are fated to be together. In this fascinating adventure, players may wield new shadow powers and put their stealth abilities to the test. Sparklite is an action-adventure set in Geodia's ever-changing terrain, where everything is connected by Sparklite, the planet's life force. The occupants have figured out how to securely channel it, and the blue lighting mineral may be harnessed for low-level power or ingested for a spike of power. Geodia's self-titled Baron intends to harvest the world's Sparklite core to power his war machines, but pollution from consumed Sparklite pollutes the environment. Ada, a brave mechanic, must stop the Baron from obtaining the core and gaining ultimate power. Thanks everyone for watching. If you liked any one of these games, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hope to see you on the next one. And stay awesome.
She won't let the Baron win. She may fall, but she